the increase to 70%.
All right, we'll have to begin and talk about that here. Anyhow, but that's pretty big here. But yeah, we've got, let's see here, a relief pitcher going on the shelf. We've got maybe Francisco Cervelli coming in. And so plenty of the Mets, all this, plenty of stuff to discuss.
The man, the myth, the mouth.
Oh, yeah.
Dan Patrick. Weekdays, 9 until noon on 1420 WEMB Sports Radio.
They keep saying sports talk is going to podcasting, but I think that there's a bit of relevance that one has on the radio that they do not have, because any damn fool can just go on and do a podcast, right? Like Josh Brown of Knockahoma Nation, only he does one that's real good. Anyway, and he also used to be a minor league, reporter covering the Rome Braves. I mean, we're not just getting some guy who goes to games here, okay? You know, Josh Brown has a media background, all this sort of stuff. You know, we want you to know he's a credible reporter here and all that, and does the show with Ken Hendricks and all this.
A former credible reporter.
Well, I think when you're on here, my goodness, sir, but you're now working for a radio station, and that gives you some credibility. And tell us, you got, what is this, you and Ricky Skaggs? Let's begin with this. Tell us what's going on there.
Well, one of our radio stations is a little bluegrass station in Newland, Avery County, and you know me, Marky, if I'm going to do something, I'm going to try to make it the greatest of all time. And so I'm trying to make this little station the best and trying to blow it up. And so I've got us interviews with Doyle Lawson and Ricky Skaggs and Gene Watson and all these big artists on this little bitty bluegrass station. And we're gonna be big. We're gonna be big one day.
There you go. Yeah. Now the problem, and you don't necessarily then agree with Don Imus, who said nobody really likes bluegrass, but Grandpa played it, so we just sort of keep it around.
That's a terrible opinion. See, you don't have a full, I guess, appreciation of bluegrass. I sound pretentious saying this, but you don't, just because you're from the northern area.
I am going to let you know something here, that Smoky Mountain Breakdown is really damn good. And I will also let you know that Maureen, behind the counter at the Master Cleaners on Reynolds and Gettysburg, when I was a kid, I was on Gettysburg Street, down there, always posts up every bluegrass concert that comes to Pittsburgh in Master Cleaners.
Okay.
And I guess it's Holman's Cleaners now and all that. But yes, I mean, that's, I have the romanticism for that neighborhood when I was a little kid and all this sort of stuff. And there's this one block business district, and as a dry clean, it's been there forever. And, yes, Maureen down there who, I could go there today. Oh, where have you been, Marky? I haven't seen you in a while. And all this. I mean, it's like that. But that's, I used to go there all the time. So, yes.
I love it.
She was a bluegrass.
Bluegrass sells. Bluegrass sells
Okay.
in this area, and that's all I care about. Marky is money. You know that.
Oh, there you go.
Anyway.
Look, I mean, I used to listen to, what was it? When this was a country station, it was called The Legend, but The Legend out in Nashville, and just when I was doing the overnight shift as a cab driver in Pittsburgh and all this, and you would be amazed how many people in the most urban of urban neighborhoods could sing along with, now this isn't bluegrass, but Islands in the Stream, okay? I mean,
Okay.
Take what you'll get there, but yes, I mean, come on there. So,
That's a start, I guess.
yes, and all that. Look, you'll not get me to knock Foggy Mountain Breakdown. You're not getting me to do,
Sure.
and all that. Yeah.
Sure.
You want to see the speeding tickets I got with that on the? Never mind. Here the. All right, let's talk about the latest rumor right here. Speaking of Pittsburgh, let's hear Cervelli. Francisco Cervelli from the used to be starting catcher for the Pirates, basically the previous 4 years. This year he's been hurt, hitting 193, about ready to get on the disabled list, and he asked the Pirates to release him. And they said, well, if that's the way you want it, sure. And now it's being said that with the Braves catching situation, backup catching situation, somewhat precarious to injury as well, the Braves might be interested in Cervelli. What's going on right now, in your opinion, with the Braves catching situation behind Tyler Flowers?
Well, I've heard that it's pretty much going to happen, and then I've heard some other conflicting reports. But I think it's going to happen. And listen, I like Cervelli. You know, I think he's still got some stuff left in the tank, at least for a backup catching role, right?
Yeah, I mean he's 33. Well, you said.
Yeah, I mean, it's not ancient though. I mean, it's
No.
not too old. He's still got some stuff, and you know, and the whole veteran leadership thing. You know, does that matter? A lot of people on Twitter say it doesn't matter. I think it totally matters. So having a guy like that as a backup is good. Hey, if the Braves make it to the playoffs, which they will make it to the playoffs, right? You don't want to go in there with maybe just B-Mac and Tyler Flowers. I think because they're veteran guys. They have a propensity to maybe get injured, maybe more than a younger guy. And so having another guy like Cervelli, I think, would be fantastic. I think it's a good thing. Well,
let me just say this with Cervelli. Of course, he played for the Yankees before the Pirates, but only at 193 this year, but had injury problems. Last year, threw out 39% of runners trying to steal, and his career high in batting average over the last, since he came to the Pirates in 2015, he was their starting catcher that year. They made the wild card that year, 295. So that's what the maximum would be that you're kind of looking. Hit 12 home runs one year and all that. So, I mean, it's not like, it's not like maybe we've got the pinch hit for him here in the 7th inning in a tie game with the runner at second. Then again, let's not make the guy out to be Freddie Freeman or something like that. I mean, there is a limit on what he can do here. But yeah, just the 39% of runners trying to steal. I think that has some something there. And a lot of people also think that one of the reasons why the Pirates have slumped since the All-Star break is that they didn't have Cervelli behind the plate to handle the pitchers. So say what you will. That's the thing. Speaking of pitchers that won't be around, I know he hasn't been around since the start of the year, but, Jacob Webb did have nice numbers in the majors. Of course, he was on the rehab assignment, and his ERA was almost 7 down in Gwinnett. But they put him on the IL for the rest of the year. The Braves bullpen, although very recently has been good, I don't think he can have enough arms. So, Jacob Webb, how big could that be? I mean, were you counting on him coming back for October?
No, I don't think the Braves were either. I think Jacob Webb was just kind of gravy. I don't think the Braves expected him to really do much ever, actually. Like, if you talk to some scouts, some player development guys a year ago, they wouldn't have predicted Jacob Webb to do what he did on the big league stage that he did earlier this year. And it's great that he did. It's awesome. He surprised a lot of people. But I don't think they were banking on him. I really don't, especially when they went out and got, Melanson and Chris Martin and Shane Green. I do think Jacob Webb's good, and I think we saw that he's probably better than we ever thought he was down in the minors, and hopefully he'll be a valuable asset next year, but I don't think they're going to miss him too much.
Speaking of the bullpen, though, one thing I think maybe some people might have been surprised about was that after the Braves went out and got, their plethora of relief pitchers, it was not Green, but it was rather Melicon, who has become the closer for Atlanta. Did that surprise you? Because Green had been the closer before up in Detroit.
No, I think I predicted it on your show when they first got him that Melanson was going to be the guy. And not because I didn't think Green was good. He was really good. He still is good. He's got great movement. But Melanson, he's the guy that the Braves needed, I think, that just has ice in his veins, a bulldog, that kind of, you talk about sauce, a guy's got sauce.
Mm-hmm.
He's that guy, and I don't know if Shane Green is that guy. And hey, if 3 weeks or a month, if it's reversed, if Melanson's more like the middle, late inning guy and Shane Green is the closer, hey, that's a good problem to have. They're both fantastic. But I always thought Melanson he's just this otherworldly, just savage that just doesn't ice in his veins kind of guy, and they all had a tough time with the transition that first week or two, but I think we're seeing what they really, really actually are now.
Mm-hmm.
You know? And so I think Melanson's fantastic, and I think he's the guy that you want to, put the weight on his shoulders, bottom of the ninth, with the game on the line. And again, if the roles are reversed in a month, Shane Green is a fantastic option too, because they both have closer experience, as you know.
Yeah, I know Green blew 9 saves and 31 opportunities with Detroit. Then again, it's Detroit. But yeah, so I too did think Melancon instead of Green. In fact, when they picked up Green, and there was the rumor, and I was telling everybody here on Tri-City Sports Now as it was coming out, this could happen here, and it did right after the show. But then you started looking at his stats, and I was like, do we want him? That sort of thing when you looked at the 9 blown saves. So I like Melancon too. In that role, he had 4 saves through last weekend before the Marlins series and all, and of course the Braves having their way with the Marlins, as I think that was not a big surprise here anyway. Hey, I'm going to tell everybody, we're going to hear from Asian House in just a second. Remember, if you go to Asian House for lunch right now, mention my name, you get 10% off. Marky Billson, Tri-City Sports Now. Tell them you heard it here. They give you 10% off. The lunches for Chinese go to $5.99. And also, hey, it's Friday night. You want to stay up a little bit later. You don't want that, hit at 2:30 or certainly not at 5 or anything like that. Think about a Japanese lunch, because sushi, high in protein, rice, fish, it'll carry you through the rest of the day and it won't make you fat. So Asian House, and remember from catering too, go asianhouse.com. See their menu there. Asian House, home of the Happy Box meal, featuring plentiful appetizers and rice around your choice of 20 mouth-watering Chinese dishes. Or try their Japanese fare, sushi, sashimi, and the grill. I had my birthday dinner at Asian House and was most satisfied. Find the great menu and deals at goasianhouse.com. Use Tom for catering. You'll be most satisfied too. Asian House. Yeah, it's
Shops on West Market on the way
nestled in on the Shops on West Market on the way to Jonesboro. So there you are.